Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Albert and Billy Show here on WUAT Radio and Channel 18 BTC Fiber TV. And also, you can check us out on BTC Fiber YouTube channel. Go on there and subscribe. And as I said, you can watch not just our show, but all the BTC Fiber original shows are on there. Subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. And go to the BTC Fiber Facebook page, and the Albert Billy Show has a Facebook page. Is this 2 weeks in a row that I remember Cole Billy? That's rare. So I pat myself on the back for that one. But anyway, how you doing, Papa?
Mr. Leland Ferguson, I worked for him for 4 years. He used to be the druggist here next door.
Mm-hmm.
And he would always say when it turned cold like this, he said, Albert, you better throw another cat on the bed tonight. He had a lot of cats.
Okay.
And he would say, throw another cat on the bed tonight. So last night was cold, and today is cold.
It is cold outside. It is. Not so much in here, but it is outside. Takes a lot for it to get cold in here. But anyway, we got a few announcements, not too many today, a few. I'll start it off by talking about the Bledsoe County Rescue Squad. They're hosting a country breakfast buffet tomorrow, February the 4th. And it's at the Rescue Squad building on the bypass. The buffet items include bacon, sausage, fried bologna, fried potatoes. That'd just be fried potatoes. About said hash browns, but that'd just be fried potatoes, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Scrambled eggs, gravy, and biscuits. You can eat in or carry out. Delivery is available inside the city limits. You can call 447-2222. 447-2222. That's easy enough. I like that.
My new telephone number
Place your order.
222-0120. You made me think of that when you called off all those twos.
I know, you're just pretty easy now to remember, Papa. I think I finished that announcement, didn't I?
Yes.
That's all there is on the Rescue Squad. Go check that out tomorrow, folks. You won't be disappointed. And they always have plenty of food. Plenty.
But it doesn't say buffet?
It does say buffet this time. It normally doesn't say that.
It doesn't. But buffet, don't you help yourself?
You do. And they've had that before, I know. I've been to...
I know that's the way it is at the Veterans Club.
Yeah, they do it like that regularly, I believe, don't they? So, a big meal tomorrow morning, folks. Once again, that'll be... Well, it actually doesn't say the time, so...
Doesn't say the time?
Normally it does. But I know it's usually like, what?
Around
7 to 10 or something like that?
I think so.
Okay. We'll say 7 to 10 to be on the safe side, folks. And also, the bargain basement is still going strong. They'll be once again opening on February 4th and February 18th from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. each of those days. They're located at 7 Methodist Street, right here in Pikeville, sponsored by the United Methodist Women. Net proceeds are used for missions. They'll have clean, sellable donations. Well, they're saying clean, sellable donations are always welcome. And you can bring them to the bargain basement when they're open, or you can give them a call at 423-618-4364 to make drop-off arrangements. Please not leave them at the door, it says. Come take a look. They have clothes, shoes, books, linens, and many miscellaneous items. Plus, they still have several nice coats. So, go take a look at that. The next one is tomorrow from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. That's just hop skipping away at the Methodist Church. And speaking of churches really close by, here's First Southern Baptist Church.
I know where that
they
is.
host. You do, don't you? They have this weekly, actually. It's the Pikeville group of Alcoholics Anonymous. They meet at First Southern Baptist Church. It's an open discussion meeting. It is at 5 p.m. on Saturday in the lower level of the old fellowship hall. This is an open AA meeting, and everyone is welcome to attend. And well, that will be tomorrow as well, folks. 5 p.m. And it's in the lower level of the old fellowship hall. I mean, yeah, the old fellowship hall is nice. You know, that's where I grew up, so that's where I was most of the time. Is in the old one. It's nice. It's nice enough, isn't it?
That's where we have Wednesday night and Sunday night services.
Yeah, I don't blame you, because might as well use it. It's still very nice.
By having it down there, we don't have to have the upstairs heated.
Oh, that's smart. That's smart.
And your crowd is not as large on Sunday night and Wednesday
No, not as a Sunday morning. So that's
but we
smart.
we had church in the sanctuary last Sunday.
Did you?
First time in I don't know how long, because they've been doing remodeling.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I didn't do the birthdays yet, did I?
No, you've not done the birthdays yet.
I was about to forget. So I'll do that before I forget again. How about that? Happy birthday to the following people. This one was yesterday. Happy birthday to Cody Deboard. His birthday was yesterday, February the 2nd. Tomorrow.
Today's the 4th. No, today's the 3rd. Tomorrow.
Yeah, and we got some on the 4th. We got Cindy Deboard. Happy birthday to Cindy Deboard. And also happy birthday to Lois Smith. And on Sunday, happy birthday to Monica Johnson. And then I'll hold on saying the other two because they're next week. So I'll hold off on that. So happy birthday, Cody, Cindy, Lois, and Monica. I hope y'all had or are going to have a great birthday.
I'm going to talk about the Rook tournament now.
Which is right up on us now.
Next Saturday, the February the 11th, we will have a Rook tournament beginning at 2 p.m. in the afternoon.
It sounded so far away, and now it's here.
And lasting until you get through, because it's triple elimination.
I know.
So you get to play all evening long. Because in a Rook tournament, it is behooving that somebody will go set. And then they'll come back and they'll win the next hand. So it makes the game last longer.
It does. I've had them playing like that for 2 or 3 hours before. Like, you're set and you're like 500 in the hole, and somehow you manage to come back and win.
Of course, another factor is how many people will participate.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
But anyway,
so come out and support it, folks.
It's $10 per head. And if you don't have your partner with you, perhaps they'll pair you up with someone there that is unattended.
They will. They'll do their best to. I know that.
Included in the $10 entry fee would be a meal. Mm-hmm. The meal will consist of a hot dog, a drink, chips to eat with your drink and your hot dog, along with ice cream for dessert.
Yeah, just about any kind of ice cream you can think of.
Okay, in addition, 2 people's going to walk away with the trophies, or 2 teams rather, that'd be 4 people. There will be a trophy awarded for the first place finisher and also the second place finisher. So
Get my first place trophy ready, Cliff.
This is going to be over here at the Embers Ice Cream Shop. That's where it will be conducted. So we have something to look forward to in Pikeville, Tennessee next Saturday.
That's right. Yeah, you need to come out, folks. It is a good time. And you do not have to be a great card player to play in these. Some people have that misconception. It's a big misconception because you don't have to be good.
There's
have a good time.
Some skill involved, but by the same token, it's just like ball playing. You don't ever know how the ball will bounce. You don't know how the cards will fall.
You don't. You got to have some skill, but you got to have some good fortune every now and then too.
Well,
if you don't get the cards, you just don't get them.
Another factor in card playing is boldness. When I was in school, we played with our football coach in physical education.
Mm-hmm.
He would never pick his cards up. He would bid on an unknown hand.
Why do people do that?
I've
That's
never
crazy.
seen it done before, except
That's crazy.
Mr. James T. Warden was the man.
Really?
And that's who the football field
I
is
know,
named after,
I
James
know.
T. Warden.
That made me think of that. So
But I remember that.
that is bold. That's been
That's
very
bold.
bold.
Daring is another word.
It is. You'd have about a 50-50 shot on that.
But I guess he knew by the law of averages how much it would take to make a bid,
Yeah.
and you get the widow if you take the bid, and that gives you 5 extra cards.
Exactly. And the widow, which is the middle, can help you a lot, and it can hurt you a lot.
Well, you don't ever know what color you're bidding on. It depends. You, like you say, some of that in there, and sometimes the rook is in there.
Yes, yes.
Again, it's just like playing ball. You don't know how the ball will bounce.
No, you don't. It sure didn't bounce Tennessee's way the other day, did it?
Let me tell you, Steve Spurrier not at Florida anymore, but
Man.
my goodness, Tennessee,
The Tennessee played terrible in that
21 points at the half.
Mm-hmm. Couldn't throw it in the ocean.
21 points.
They really couldn't. When they struggle on offense, they struggle mightily, don't they?
But they only scored 54 for the game.
Yeah, I know. It's because that first half was so bad.
So they just scored 33 points in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
21 and 33.
That's not enough offense. I mean, I know you got to win with defense on the road, but
Tennessee
gotta shoot better than that.
They scored 54 points. Our Bledsoe County High School Warriors scored 80.
Right.
Go
Which
figure.
is good, I know. Well, Florida, they did play good defense. I will give them that. They were ready for them, but Tennessee couldn't throw it in the ocean.
That was the difference in the game, is our inability to put that ball in that
the
hoop.
basket just wouldn't fall. That was an unexpected loss. I didn't see that one coming.
We got into sports too quick.
We did too. Went from Rook to sports. But you guys need to come out to the Rook tournament, though. No lie. Like I said, you don't have to be a great card player. You don't even have to be good. You don't even have to be decent. You can learn, even. Just come and have a good time.
Have a good time.
Nobody's
and have
gonna
a
get
meal.
mad at you.
And have a meal.
Exactly. Have a good meal and a dessert and a drink.
You know what? I bet you ice cream would cost you $3.
Mm-hmm.
And a drink, if you go to a restaurant and you order a drink, you pay $2 or $3.
I know.
Probably $3.
It's crazy. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Unfortunately. Well, it's going to be trivia time now, Papa.
I've got some doozies today.
That's always great to hear.
Give me the name of the poet Edgar Allan
Edgar Allan Poe.
Poe, P-O-E.
Okay.
That was easy.
So far, so good. So far.
Harvard's arch rival.
That would be Yale.
Yale. Boy, you're 2 for 2.
In the Ivy League.
All right. If you are going on a picnic and you have an unwanted visitor in the pest family, what would
Ants, probably.
An ant.
They like to ruin picnics, don't they?
They do. All right, that's your 3 for 3.
I know.
I thought these would be hard for you.
Oh, really?
If you take someone to court,
Oh, no, I take that.
if you take someone to court, what do you do with them? Why did you go to court?
Well, I mean, be a few different reasons, but the popular reason is to sue people these days. A lot of lawsuits.
My son Eddie Albert had a wreck one time, many years ago, And I went to my insurance company and told them I wanted them to pay for Eddie Albert's car. I did not want to sue the other company. I did not believe in suing, and I went to church with the man's son. And so the insurance company agreed. They said, well, you've got insurance with us, we'll pay for your car.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that man that Eddie hit Eddie,
turn around and sued y'all?
He sued us. So the insurance company said, we're not going to take this line down. We're going to go to court.
Yeah, they have to at that point. You got to fight back.
When the man...
I cannot believe that, though. Wow.
The man got the trooper to come up and describe the wreck. And when he got through describing the wreck, we had a case.
I'm sure, and he didn't after that.
And so we won
I'm sure.
We didn't sue him, he sued us. But our insurance company got their money back.
I'm sure they did.
So that's why that's the only time I ever went to court.
Trying to be nice, and they sued the wow. Well, it goes to show you can't always be greedy. You know, it will come back to bite you eventually, no matter what.
Well, I guess the man thought he was in the right, or he would.
I don't know why he would think that. Okay.
Well, it was pretty obvious. And
there's no reason to think that.
One of the men on the jury just died last week, by the way. I saw his picture in the Smithsonian. But he told me, he said, Albert, I tried to get you more than that. I mean, it was so obvious after that trooper got up and gave a report of the accident. Everybody
his case was gone after that.
Everybody in the courtroom knew how it was going to go.
Exactly.
All right.
Wow.
The American Association of Retired Persons, what is the abbreviation for that? American Association of Retired Persons.
That is AARP?
AARP.
So that's what that means then.
American Association of Retired Persons.
I didn't know what it meant.
I thought that would make a good question, but you got it. Okay, you're doing well. You're doing well. You're 5 for 5. All right. If you curtsy, what do you do?
Curtsy. This is some type of royal thing, right?
What will you do if you curtsy?
Well, I'm not going to act it out, but I think you bow.
You take a bow.
Okay.
You bow before someone else's presence out of respect for their title that the position they hold.
So it is a royal thing.
Yeah. All right. Or a boy would bow to a girl, but maybe he wanted to give her respect.
Right.
All right. You're doing well. Now, tell me the scent that you would get from a steak cooking on a charcoal grill. How you describe the scent that comes from a steak cooking on a charcoal grill?
The scent of a steak on a charcoal grill.
How would you describe that scent, that odor?
Is there another clue maybe? Lifeline?
It starts with A.
What's this? Starts with A? The scent you would smell from a steak
You would want to smell
charcoal
it. It would
grill.
smell good to you.
Starts with A1 sauce? No way. That'd be good on it.
You could have Worcestershire sauce on it.
That's right. This is a trickier one now.
No, it won't be tricky when you think of it. When I tell you.
The first time. Aroma.
The aroma of a steak cooking on charcoal grill.
It does smell. It does smell good, very good.
Better than chicken.
But I knew that wasn't the answer. But I like smelling it. Yeah, a lot better than chicken.
All right, the last one. You better get this one.
Oh, pressure's on.
You only missed one. Fast plane.
Fast. Oh, a jet.
A jet.
So that was one of them that's so simple it trips you up.
You did well. You did well. I'll apologize for making that simple.
No, don't apologize for that.
But those came from some hard thinking.
Well, that makes me feel better about it.
Well, I'm not kidding. I've got to think to come up with something.
Well, that is true. That is true. I got them all but the aroma. That's not bad.
You did well.
I'll give myself a passing grade on that trivia.
You're right. You did well.
Well, coming up after the break, folks, I'll go ahead and list the sponsors. I can do that. That way,
we'll have that out of the way.
Yeah, I can do that. We'll mention the sponsors first before we go to a commercial break. How about that?
That's good.
Thank you to Citizens Tri-County Bank, Bilbrey Insurance, Scotty's, the offices of Janine Boynton, Lisa Wheeler, and Michael Walker, Farm Bureau Insurance, it's Matt Massengale, Nickel Row Antiques. They'll be back open before you know it. April's that's when they'll be back. Morgan Brothers, which of course that includes the venue and the Bank Walker Brewery. State Farm Insurance, Nick Smith and his friendly staff. Milldam Outdoor Adventures, it's Lola's. Collier and Company Realty, that's Michelle Collier. And Lee Station Baptist Church with Bill Wolf. Southern Pearl Florist Home Decor and Gifts, I got it right again. Hilltop Meats, the Daily Stop, and don't forget about Adriana. Take a trip anywhere around the world or just here in the good old US. She can get you there at Seashore Getaway. That's Adriana. So thank you to all of our sponsors. And coming up, folks, after the commercial break, we'll have sports for you. Then some good old Alberthology, of course.
Yes.
And then, of course,
can't forget
that. And then, of course, you can't forget the jokes, too.
Oh, yes. I've got some of those.
I hope you do. That's all coming up next, folks, right after the break, so stick around.
Stay tuned.
Welcome to the Dunlap Mercantile, located in the heart of the beautiful Sequatchie Valley at 15664 Rankin Avenue in Dunlap, Tennessee. Stop in today for some Mayfield ice cream or a cup of community coffee, and if you're interested in renting this venue for your event, call 423-949-2552. Stay tuned to DunlapMercantile.com for concerts and events coming to the Dunlap Mercantile in 2021. God bless.
Welcome back, folks, to the Albert and Billy Show. And as you can see on the commercial break, we have a surprise guest today. She drove all the way from Chattanooga to be here because she's with the Chattanooga Food Bank, Miss Louise Bain.
Yes.
So, how are you doing, first of all, Louise?
I'm good. I'm so glad we've got some sunshine today.
Is this the first time you've ever been to Pikeville?
I doubt it.
No, sir. No, sir. I've been up here several times since I've joined the food bank. So I love the town. It's so pretty.
It is pretty, isn't it? Yes. I've often said that. It could be a little tourist destination, that's for sure, a tourist trap.
It's just beautiful.
Yeah. Well, I didn't think it was your first trip here because you've worked with the food bank, so I know you had to be up here at least a few times, Papa. So I'll start with this. I've got some questions for you, but I'm more of a off the cuff kind of guy. But I'm going to ask you some of these because they're interesting. Like how many families would be served by the FSBC Food Bank? Is that the First Southern Baptist Church Food Bank? Okay.
That is. I did not look at their statistics before I came today, but I should have. I know they distribute emergency boxes through the week to the people that need it. I think they're seeing, I don't know, maybe 10 or 12 households a day.
Oh, wow.
Maybe more than that on some days, I think.
Some days more than that.
Yeah. And then we have 3 other food banks. Yeah.
Well, in January it says 122, and that's just for, so I can't imagine.
Right.
Yeah.
That's,
Now, let her give you the names of the other food banks in Bledsoe County.
I was going to.
Yeah.
That was my next question.
Okay.
We have 4 food banks in total here in Bledsoe County that are partners with Chattanooga Area Food Bank.
And what are they?
Besides First Southern Baptist, we've got the Bledsoe County Community Food Bank down in town here on Cumberland
our neighbor.
Street. Yes. And then we have the Brayton Community Food Bank up at the Brayton Seventh-day Adventist Church.
Okay, didn't know that one.
Yeah, and then Webb Chapel Church of God over in the Frostbite Luminary area is another partner. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and Bledsoe County Community Food Bank also distributes. They work with Samson Free Will Baptist Church to do a distribution on I believe the 4th Saturday of the month. And then on the 3rd Thursday, they go to the Frostbite House of Prayer and work with the church members and volunteers up there to distribute as well.
Well, that's good. That's getting nearly all the communities involved, isn't it?
Yeah.
Would you say that all the 4 food banks are served by volunteers?
Yes. Everybody's a volunteer.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Wow.
I would think so.
Yeah, and it takes a lot of volunteers to make the distribution work. So.
It does. Nobody's getting rich off this, that's for sure.
No.
Well, let's see. Here's a good one. What are the days and times in which a person can come to First Southern's food pantry? Well, I guess it's Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, right?
Yes.
So that one I had it answered for me, so I didn't have to ask you that one. But it's Tuesday, Wednesday, and Fridays from 9 to 2. So y'all just kind of decide on those days, basically.
Well, each agency gets to decide on the days and the times that they're going to distribute. So that's up to them.
Okay.
We ask that they distribute at least once a month.
Mm-hmm.
Bledsoe County Community Food Bank distributes every Thursday afternoon.
Yeah, that's true.
And then Webb Chapel and Brayton distribute once a month in the evening. So.
Okay. Well, that's really good. And let's see here. Let's see. What is the snack pack program? Is that one of the main things you want to talk about?
Well, the snack pack program is something that First Southern Baptist does, and they are able to source food from us and other places if they need to, and they pack some items for the kids at the school, and they take those over every week and distribute them, so the children have a little bit more food on the weekends than they might not have that food on the weekends.
I think those children's names are supplied by the teachers.
Yes, yeah. When a teacher or an administrator has identified a student in need, they will call.
That's good.
I believe Jane Humble and let her know that child's in need. I think Jane told me they were just doing about. I think they were up to maybe 600 altogether a week.
It's big time.
It's grown a bit. It has grown a bit in the last couple years.
It really amazed me.
Yeah, because I remember when it wasn't much, so it has grown very quickly. I will say that. But that's a good problem to have, isn't it?
Well, in a way, maybe. Yeah. But our goal is to eliminate hunger, in our region.
True,
We want to put ourselves out of business by ending hunger.
Yeah, that's true.
I could find something else to do, but right now we're gonna help feed our neighbors.
Exactly. I mean, I'll try to look at the glass half full too. But unfortunately, that's a problem that probably won't go away anytime soon. So it's good that you guys are around. It's important what you guys do.
Yeah, and the food bank's been around for 50 years. We just celebrated our 50th anniversary last year. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So
that's
I don't
amazing.
know how long we've been doing it, but Our pastor, Jim Winterberg, has been here 23 years.
Yeah, y'all been doing it quite a while.
Yeah, I know it's been a pretty good while. At least, I would say at least 20 years, isn't it? Oh.
I just don't know.
Now that part I don't. I've only been at Chattanooga Area Food Bank for 4 years, so I'm not sure how long you all have been a partner.
Right.
But it's been for a
good while.
Let's say a good while.
Yeah.
I think we had the clothes closet before we started the food
That's
bank.
what I'm thinking of, the clothes closet. That was around forever. It still is, isn't it?
Still is.
That's what I thought. Well, how are the food bank needs met? Tell us about that.
So we are able to source food from a variety of different avenues. We source it from manufacturers. We are a partner with Feeding America, and we're one of 200 regional food banks across the country that is a partner with Feeding America.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is this a national program?
It is. It is.
Wow.
Feeding America is the largest charity in the country, and they're also the largest charitable food network in the country.
Oh, and that is a big deal.
Yeah.
So are they backed by big corporations?
Sure.
We are backed by donations from Feeding America is backed by donations from foundations, from private funders, just all sorts of people that feel that feeding people is important. A lot of donations come from private individuals. And that's how we function too, and that is how our partner agencies, like the 4 in Bledsoe County, function too. They receive donations from private individuals. They can receive grants. Sometimes we're able to offer capacity building grants to our agencies. We might provide them with a commercial refrigerator or freezer to help store more food. We might give them some extra shelving if they need to store more dry goods that way.
For Southern needs stuff like that.
Yes, and we did in 2021. We were able to provide Bledsoe County Community Food Bank and First Southern with some refrigeration equipment.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah. So we source from manufacturers, from local farmers. When it's growing season here, we are able to source some food from local farmers. We get produce from different places, from wholesalers. Feeding America, they work on a broader basis with food manufacturers, so we're able to source food from them too. They will offer us different loads of things, and the USDA, the Department of Agriculture. There's a program called the Emergency Food Assistance Program. A long time ago, you might know it as commodities. But they've changed that name, so that's where part of our food comes from as well, and our partners are able to order that online on our website.
Wow. Now, there's some thing that you guys are doing that not a lot of people know about, because I didn't know about it, where you make so much money or you earn so much money, you get, I guess, a good discount. What's that about? Papa was interested in that. He was asking the question about that earlier, remember?
Well, we have some of our programs have income eligibility guidelines.
That's what it was, and not a lot of people know that.
Right.
But a lot of people do not know. It's amazing. So we need to.
But there's also people that may be just a little bit above that income eligibility guideline for one source of food. But that doesn't stop them from getting food from the food bank that's not part of that emergency food assistance program.
They can still get it.
Yes, we know that people are in need. We know that inflation has caused people to have to make even harder choices with their rent, their utilities, their medicine, things like that. So if you are in need of food, you can go to any of those agencies and they will provide you with food.
Okay. Well,
we're living in
unprecedented
times as far as cost of living.
Yes, we are. I paid $5 for a dozen of eggs last night, and I just cringed. $5.
Honey, here it's more than $5.
I just cringed whenever
I quit eating 2 eggs for breakfast. I'm down to 1 now. I'm trying to figure out how I can eat a half.
I debated that this morning myself. Like, do I just do 2 or do I do 1? It's
ridiculous.
It's really unprecidented, and we know people are working, but just with the increase in cost, there's more people that are in need. All of our partners across our 20 counties are saying that they're seeing more people coming to the pantries.
Have to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, it's ridiculous. Sad but true.
Yes.
And a lot of it's intentional. That's the sad part, That's the real sad part. But we'll be all right in the long run. I'm trying to think. I don't want to skip any questions here for you. This is an important one. What do they have? What is the protocol? What do they need to do to get the food? Let's say from any of the 4 food banks here.
Well, all they need to do is come to the food bank during the hours that they're open for distribution. Some of our agencies have a separate form from what we ask for, just a little bit of information, name, address, how many adults and how many children are in your household, and to certify your eligibility for the program.
They have to have a picture ID.
That's
Maybe
good.
at First Southern they do, but not everywhere. Not everywhere has to have that.
We have to get we have a picture on every applicant. Their file.
Right, but and some of them just really want to know, your name and address, how many people are in your household, so they'll be able to give you food that's adequate for your household.
Yeah, that's why they're asking the questions.
Do you have to put down your income?
To receive TFAP food, there's 5 different ways that you can qualify.
Okay.
And that's just for TFAP food. That's that one stream that's coming in. But there's a lot, all the food at every one of our food banks here is not all TFAP food.
Okay.
So you can certify your income, or if you're receiving a benefit such as SNAP benefits.
Yeah, some do that.
Right. Or if you're living in public housing, which could be senior apartments or family public housing, you automatically qualify for that as well.
Okay.
If you're on receiving SSI payments, supplemental security income, you qualify that way as well. But
good.
You don't have to show proof of income, but you do need to show your SNAP card or something like that if you're there.
Yeah, that helps. And now some of the food banks want it to be, whatever community it is, local, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Some of them do have that, and we understand too, though, a lot of people will drive to work somewhere else because, if you're here, maybe you're driving down to Dunlap to work. Maybe you're driving to Chattanooga. I know there's a lot of people here that drive to Chattanooga to work. So it may be easier for them to stop at one of our partners in Chattanooga and pick up food. They may not be able to get back here before the pantry's closed.
Well, that makes sense.
They're able to be served at that location. We will try and refer them somewhere closer, but if it's easier and more convenient for you to do that where you're closer to your work than closer to your house, then that's what we encourage you to do, because we don't want any barriers. We don't want somebody to have to really jump through 12 hoops to get the food that they need. We know that it's hard for people to come to the pantry. I mean, it's hard to ask for help sometimes. So
some people
do not.
Yes, that's exactly right. Some people will not until it's really just.
A lot of times too are the ones that will not want to.
Right, they're too proud.
Exactly. And there is nothing wrong with asking for help. And the people that I work with, I have 10 counties in rural Tennessee that I have partner agencies in.
Wow.
So the people that I work with at every single one of them, they are all so caring and compassionate and are just really wanting to help their neighbors.
Key word you mentioned is compassion.
Yes.
You need to have that, or you don't need to be in this industry, do you?
Yeah. Well,
it's good to have
be
that.
compassionate.
It is. And we believe in feeding all of our neighbors with dignity and respect, and treating everybody with dignity and respect, because it could be any of us.
Oh yeah, that's
asking
true.
for help at some point. I've been food insecure a couple times in my life, and I know what that was like. So I've seen it from the other side as well.
Right.
And that I always just encourage our partners, think it could be you. It could be you at any time.
And you know that from experience.
Yes.
So that means you know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? Like you can relate,
Well, I've been food banking for 10 years, so I have learned quite a bit in the 10 years that I have been in the food bank world.
I would say you have. So it says on the first Southern one, the person to contact is Miss Jane Umble and Miss Jolene Sweat, correct? Yes. On that one. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to make sure we get all, let's see. Oh, yeah, this is what I want to ask. How can somebody donate? Because obviously you guys need donations.
Yes.
So how can they go about making a donation?
Well, I mean, you can, if you're in town and you want to donate, you can just bring a check over to First Southern. You can bring a check to Bledsoe County Food Bank.
We have people that come to pick up food, give money.
Oh, really?
They give so much money, they don't try to pay for all the groceries, but they make a donation because they're getting more than they're giving, but at the same time they want to give.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's good.
You can also, if you call like Bledsoe County Food Bank, I know they are not there every day, but their phone, they do check the voicemail every day. So you can mail a check if you'd like to donate to the food bank for one of the partners. You can do that online or send a check to us and say, this is for First Southern's account with the Chattanooga Area Food Bank, and we hold that on their account for what they do. So online, in person, or
really?
via phone. Yes.
It's good.
Yeah, I didn't think about online.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can donate online on our website.
You won't have to worry about Papa ever doing that.
Chatfoodbank.org with 2 T's.
You don't have to worry about him ever doing that. He won't even attempt to learn a computer. We're going to change that, though.
I can't spell computer.
It's time to learn. Tell her the reason you won't fly, Papa.
I'm a Christian, and it doesn't matter where I am when it comes to my time to die. But I don't want to be in a plane when it's the pilot's time.
That makes perfect sense to me.
Thank you, Louise. You're the first person ever said that to me.
He's telling the truth, Louise. I'm telling you.
I didn't fly till I was
I've flown many times.
It's all good.
He tells everybody that. Well, is there anything that we haven't covered about the food bank that people need to know? I tried to think of everything I could think of to ask you on this.
Well, just real quick.
The
Chattanooga Area Food Bank, we serve Northwest Georgia and Southeast Tennessee. So we have 20 counties that we serve all together. 11 in Tennessee, 9 in Georgia. I'm the agency relations manager for our rural counties, and I have 2 other colleagues. One has Hamilton, and the other one covers all the counties in Georgia. So we do that. Last year, we distributed about 14 million meals throughout our 20 county service area.
Wow.
That equates to about 17 million pounds of food.
Dang.
So that's a lot.
That's a lot.
It's a whole lot. And since July of last year, which is when our new fiscal year started, so far our 4 agencies in Bledsoe County have distributed 125,000 meals to your neighbors and our neighbors.
Yes.
So that's a lot.
That is a lot.
Yeah. And about 18% of the population here is food insecure. So that's a pretty good
That's a
number.
big
That's
number.
almost 1/5 of the people here are
That's very disturbing.
designated as food insecure.
This is a rural area.
It is.
It's not. It's unlike some of the areas, but and Bledsoe County is not at the top of the chain as far as economics are concerned.
Right, exactly. So it's to be expected, I think.
So we're glad that you are where you are.
Well, thank you so much. We are here to help. And if there's any questions that I might be able to answer from anybody, all they've got to do is call the food bank and ask for me.
Is there and is there like a web page they can go to?
Yes, it's chatfoodbank.org. CHATT.
Food Bank. CHATT, folks.
2 T's. .org. O-R-G.
Well, that's easy.
That's always the abbreviation for Chattanooga. Whenever you send a piece of mail through the mail, chat.
I know it, chat.
All the young people are saying chat now too, and it took me a little while to get used to that.
I'm sure it did. Well, we appreciate you coming in and joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome.
This has been great.
Yeah, you'll have to come back, and next time we'll have her do some trivia.
Okay.
You know, or worse, you can hear your jokes. You know.
I always want to be on Jeopardy, so is it going to kind of be like that?
It is. Oh yes, and then some. Yes.
I like to watch Jeopardy.
If it was a game show, I would name it Random. That's what I would name it. Some of those random questions you'll ever get.
Well, that sounds like fun.
It is. I'll guess they end up, if they're nervous, they're not nervous by the time that's over. The trivia loosens them up. They just forget about the camera altogether.
There we go.
So we'll definitely have to bring you back for that.
Definitely.
Well, folks, like she said, you can get on there and pull up chat.org and find out more information about it. Or you can call the food bank and ask for Louise Bain if you need to. But it sounds like you guys, well, I know you guys are doing a great job. And yeah, we appreciate it. And really everybody appreciates it.
Well, thank you so much.
You know, if they don't, something's wrong with them.
Yeah. Well, part of our mission is to eliminate hunger in our region, and that is something that we are working very hard to do.
That's important.
Let me ask you one more question before
Yes,
you leave. There are 4 food banks in Bledsoe County.
Mm-hmm.
What would prohibit a 5th or a 6th from being established?
Good question.
Well, there is nothing that would prohibit it. We would just need to. I know on the going north. Is this north?
Yeah, there's not any up there.
There's not really anything going out of town towards Crossville.
Like 9 Mile, Cold Springs,
or west. Yeah,
Wheeler Mountain.
Right, except Sampson.
Yeah, Sampson would be.
But that one. But up towards the line at Crossville, there's not a partner up there. And I know transportation can be a real issue, especially in our more rural areas.
Mm-hmm.
So we are always looking to talk with people who are interested in partnering with the food bank. So I'm happy to do that.
That would be good if we got one up there.
On the need is there if someone could expedite that need.
Yes, yeah. If there is more need in Bledsoe County than we're meeting, because there's these pockets of people that just cannot always get to where the food is.
Now we service anyone in Bledsoe County that comes to First Southern Baptist Church.
Yes.
But by the same token, there's probably people that wish it were closer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm sure.
Yes.
I'm sure.
Yeah. So
maybe, who knows? Maybe we'll have one in 9 Mile or Cold Springs before long. That'd have just about all the bases covered, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we would. I'm happy to talk to anybody about partnerships.
Yeah, definitely.
Our grocery store. I used to be manager of the grocery store here in town, and we had a drawing radius within 16 miles all around Pikeville.
Mm-hmm.
People drove 16 miles to come to our grocery store.
Oh,
right,
yeah.
Right.
Some more than that.
Yeah.
Well, some more than that, but that was the average, 16 miles.
Okay.
He was part of the, what's called the rolling store days, where they literally just went to your house and brought it. Yeah, he was part of that era too.
Well, some of our partners do delivery for our food box.
Okay, that's good to know too.
Yes. It's different. It just depends on the capacity of the volunteers. But some of them are able to deliver some food to people that just cannot get out. So
that's good.
Yeah.
That's good to know too. I forgot to ask that one.
We try to meet people where they are.
Yeah. Try to make it easy as possible.
We know people just can't always get to us, so we want to try to get to them as much as we can.
And
I like that.
You're operating on the basis of you want to eradicate hunger.
Yes, sir.
I like that.
Oh, yes, that's a great goal to have. I think.
It is.
Yeah, and hunger. That's what we all want to do. All right, folks. Well, like I said, go to their webpage. Also, you can give them a call. What's the number they can call for anyone around here?
if you want to call the food bank.
Yeah, call it. Yeah, do
it's
that.
It's 423-622-1800.
Okay, well, that's easy. 622-1800, folks. That's an easy number right there. I like it.
And I believe you can Google any of the 4 food banks here and get a phone number there for those as well. I don't have those numbers right with me, so.
No, I mean, you know First Southern.
Yeah.
2849.
2849.
Yeah, and we have the number somewhere here for our neighbor, the food bank, but it's not handy right now, so I don't.
It's 447 something. I don't know.
I guarantee the first 3 numbers are 447.
But if you leave a voicemail there, they will return your call.
Yes, they are good about that. They are. And I'm glad we have that there now, too.
Absolutely.
All right, Louise. Well, you'll definitely have to come back and see us, and we appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me. I've enjoyed it. It was a beautiful drive up here, and I'm thinking I'll drive around town a little bit before I head back.
I recommend anybody do that.
Yeah, exactly.
It is very beautiful here. I will say that.
Thank you so much.
Me too.
I appreciate it. Nice to meet you both too.
Thank you. And coming up after the break, folks, we'll have a little sports and some Alberthology for you and some jokes. We might have to go right into some jokes. That'll all be coming up next right after the break. So stick around, folks. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the Dunlap Mercantile, located in the heart of the beautiful Sequatchie Valley at 15664 Rankin Avenue in Dunlap, Tennessee. Stop in today for some Mayfield ice cream or a cup of community coffee, and if you're interested in renting this venue for your event, call 423-949-2552. Stay tuned to DunlapMercantile.com for concerts and events coming to the Dunlap Mercantile in 2021. God bless.
Welcome back, folks. You are listening to the Albert Billy Show here on WUAT Radio and watching us on Channel 18 BTC Fiber TV. And a lot of you are watching us on BTC Fiber YouTube page. So thanks for watching. We do appreciate that. And Papa, it's sports time and Alberthology time and joke time, all that good stuff.
We'll try to cram it into 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Super Bowl coming up a week from this Sunday.
Oh, yeah. The
Philadelphia Eagles versus Kansas City Chiefs.
I don't know who's going to win. They're both good.
Well,
they're both really good.
Kansas City just won by 3 points in the AFC playoffs.
They really struggled to win, but Cincinnati is no joke, though.
But it seemed like Philadelphia didn't have any trouble with the 49ers.
They thumped them. But we might want to say, in all fairness, that 49ers quarterback was injured, too. That obviously played a role in it.
In relation to the Super Bowl, the SEC has 21 people playing in the Super Bowl that graduated.
Wow.
That moved up out of the Southeastern Conference.
That's crazy.
That's
right there.
Big time. No other really conference can approach that.
No, it sure cannot. Not even close.
Tennessee's latest game was this week with Florida, and it was pitiful.
Yes, it was. We were talking about how they couldn't throw it in the ocean.
Florida did not buy the newspaper that morning to see that we were ranked number 2 in the world, in the United States, and they treated us like we were kids.
They did. Maybe that was a little extra motivation, because they played like they wanted it more.
Well, I'm sure they did, and they won a big time. Well, not big time, but
still, it's a big win for them.
It was a big win for them.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee now is 18-3. I think, or 18-4.
That might have been number 4. They lost to Kentucky, Florida. The terrible game they played against, who was it beat them first? Colorado, maybe?
Colorado.
Maybe that's all the
believe
losses.
it's
I
4.
hope that's it.
And they play Texas tomorrow. And the last time they played...
No, they beat Texas. They did do
Texas.
that. They did get that accomplished.
But
that was a good game, too.
Tennessee has a good team.
They do.
They just didn't play like it when they played Florida this week.
Right. And it's kind of similar to the Kentucky game.
But also, in when they had the SEC Big 12 Challenge week before, we only won 3 games out of 10.
That was disappointing.
That was disappointing.
I can't believe that. But Tennessee won at least.
Yeah, Tennessee
We beat Texas.
But still...
Kentucky lost to Kansas.
They lost 7 games. Alabama got beat.
Oh.
You know, Alabama was ranked number 2. Now they're number 4. Of course, Tennessee got up to number 2, but now they got beat. So I don't know. I don't think they're number 2 anymore.
No, they're not going to be, because Florida wasn't even ranked that I know of.
But now, also in sports, Mr. Brady came out with a retirement message. He said, "I'm quitting again." I'm quitting again.
Is that what it said?
But don't feel sorry for him.
I do not.
Fox News Sports offered him a 10-year contract to be a sports analyst for $375 million.
Good Lord, that's ridiculous.
$37.5 million per year.
To be a
sports analyst?
No, that's ridiculous. That is
so
ridiculous.
Don't feel sorry for
I didn't feel sorry
Brady.
for him, no way. He's already got plenty of money.
All right.
God. I just can't believe that.
I'm going to do a little bit of...
Yeah, we might need some jokes after that.
Well, I'm going to do a little bit of Alberthology. Just some of this Alberthology first. Then I'll do sports.
Well, sports just ticked me off.
I mean, the jokes.
That is too much money. Too much money. Well, at least the Lady Vols did finally, they hit a rough skid. They lost LSU after UConn.
Yeah.
LSU girls were undefeated, though.
21-0.
But it's because they got Kim Mulkey as coach. She was Baylor's coach, and somehow LSU got her. Now they're a powerhouse again.
All right, I want to tell you.
I was just going to say one last thing on sports. I just saw where the Lady Vols beat Ole Miss last night, so at least they're back in the winter column.
That's good. All right, this is some Alberthology. I want to talk to you about spiders.
Oh, gee, my favorite topic, Papa.
The female black widow spider
dangerous.
Is genetically programmed to control the black widow population in her neighborhood based on available food supply.
Wow.
Here's how she does it. She spins a web, and a male approaches her web, and he sits on the edge of the web, bobbing his abdomen, and he causes the web to vibrate. If she's in the mood, she won't if she's not in the mood, she won't respond.
Right.
But if she's willing to mate, she'll send an answer to him on the web. And she calls him to her.
They use the original web, don't they? Not the internet web.
But if she's hungry, listen.
He's had it.
She'll send the male the same message as if she wanted to mate.
Yes, she
And when he comes on the web, she eats him. Can you believe that? I don't want to be a spider.
I don't either. And black widows are poisonous too. They got poison in them. So you don't really want to be bit by one if you can keep from it.
In the 1980s, you ought to remember the 80s. In 1985, the new Coke came out, Classic Coke, and it flopped.
I barely remember it, but I do. I was a kid, but I remember it.
A Yugo cost $3,999.
God. A Yugo?
The number one movie was Back to the Future. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah. Michael J. Fox and can't think of the dude, but he's funny.
In 1986, the Challenger, Space Shuttle Challenger, exploded.
Now, see, I was a little kid then, probably in the first grade. I remember when that happened.
Really?
I do. It was very disturbing to see. Her classroom, and I remember her classroom watching it. You know, she was a teacher. Her students watched it. They had to watch that happen. You know, it blew up.
That's sad. But right on the other hand, Russia sent their space station into orbit, Mir, and in 1986.
Okay.
It was established.
Mm-hmm.
The Soviet nuclear plant Chernobyl bursted.
Oh,
in 1986. In 1987.
Mm-hmm.
That was the year Jim Baker had to resign his position as because of a sex scandal.
Oh, yeah. I remember his wife, Tammy Faye, always had a lot of makeup on.
She had
lots
a
and lots.
real fancy hairstyle, too.
Yes, she did.
All right. The number one film was Rainmaker in 1988.
Rainmaker?
You don't remember that? Rain Man.
Rain Man. Yes. I remember that.
All right. In 1989, that was when the Valdez crashed the Exxon oil.
Oh, yeah.
And the Berlin Wall fell in
1989.
In 1989. The number one movie was Batman.
Yep.
And the top TV show was Bill Cosby.
Yes, I'm sure. In that era.
Bill Cosby used to be a favorite.
Yeah, I mean, he got in all that trouble, but so he's not too well beloved now.
No, he's not.
He was back then, though. Yes, I will say though, the '80s had great TV.
It was big time.
It was good shows.
All right, I'll do some jokes now.
Well, I can't say no to jokes.
Never keep up with the Joneses. Drag them down with you.
Ooh. Well, Ron, somebody ain't thought to say that. That's pretty good advice. Keep up with the Joneses is too stressful. No point in people doing that.
All the baby books tell you that infants need to eat every 2 to 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But what they fail to mention, if you're reading a baby book, is that behavior of feeding every 2 or 3 hours continues until they're 18 to move out of the house.
So far, you're on a roll.
Never slap a man when he's chewing tobacco.
I'd say not.
All right. These are excuses for missing work.
Oh, okay. So a lot of these will be real.
They're real.
I just want to let you know that.
The employee said that he couldn't come to work because his fortune teller had asked him not to step out of the house because he would have a brain hemorrhage.
Oh my gosh.
I wouldn't want to go out of my house if they told me I was going to have a brain hemorrhage, would you?
No, not really.
An employee failed to come to work and refused to come to work because his fish was sick.
Oh my God. I've heard it all now.
This employee called in and said that the reason he couldn't come to work, he was drunk the night before and he had such a hangover he was suffering. At least he was honest. At least he was honest. The employee called in and said he insisted that he could not come to work because he had locked himself in the house by mistake and there were no windows to crawl out of. No windows in the house?
No way out, huh? And sounds a little fishy, don't it?
This is the last excuse. This employee called in and said that his mother made his favorite dish the night before and he ate too much. Now this is what
some lame excuses.
This is what doctors and nurses write on their charts in hospitals.
Oh.
social history reveals that this 1-year-old patient does not smoke and does not drink and is presently unemployed. Got that on his chart. 1-year-old. On the chart, they read that a patient has 2 teenage children but no other abnormalities.
The fact these are real makes it that much better.
These are some questionable workplace directives. These are things that you read about and you hear about in the workplace. I'm a teacher, so I have a million stupid rules I have to follow. But the worst one is that my performance evaluation is based on student improvement on a statewide literacy test.
Yeah.
I teach wood shop here. My workplace doesn't let you use the word problems. Instead, we have to say challenges if something is wrong.
That's about stupid. Same thing, isn't it?
After 2 days of heated wrangling, we got one of our vendors to agree to a 35% discount. As we were about to sign the contract, my boss, who had not been a party to the negotiations, walked in and tore up the contract and said to the employees, "I'm going to teach you..."
Teach them what?
Purchasing people how to play fastball. So he said to this man that was the vendor, he said, "We want a 20% discount, take it or leave it." The man said, "I'll take it." He had made a contract for 35%. So the delighted rep, he left with his new contract, and the boss said, "I hope you learned something from that."
Golly. What they learned? He's a moron. My boss is an idiot.
He was an idiot.
That's what they learned on that one. It even says on the title, "Dumb Bosses."
Dumb boss. All right.
Oh, that's pretty good, Pop.
It is a proven fact. Listen to this now. It is a proven fact that if your parents don't have kids, you won't have any either. You won't have any either.
Oh, here's what in the world?
Don't pay attention to that. I received a call. Now listen to this. This is punchline. I received a call from a customer on our pharmacy benefits hotline saying that she could not get in touch with her doctor, and as a result, she couldn't get her birth control prescription filled. Although I explained politely to her that there was nothing I could do, she had to have the prescription from the doctor. But she became irate, and she said, "Fine, if I get pregnant, it'll be your fault." If I get pregnant, it'll be your fault. One more.
Wow, yeah. Yeah.
Golf is the perfect thing to do on a Sunday because you spend more time praying on the course than if you went to church.
Yeah. Some of that's praying not to get hit upside the head with them golf balls.
Well,
I've seen it lay people out.
Golf is a game in which you yell 4, shoot 6, and write down 5.
Yeah. Oh, man.
The place is safe to stand when I hit a golf ball is right in front of me.
Yeah.
The average golfer walks 900 miles, drinks 22 gallons of alcohol each year, which means golfers get 41 miles to the gallon. golf is literally a sport to see who can play the least golf.
Yeah, so some people just go just to go, to have a good time, I guess.
Joel Stanford always goes to the Augusta big tournament.
No, I didn't. I knew he was a big golf fan.
He works there. He's one of the men that
No way.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
He does.
And that's a big one.
That's a big one.
It's a big old tournament. Those are good.
I'm going to read one more.
Okay.
Abraham Lincoln, after being called two-faced about slavery by a debate with Stephen Douglas. Stephen Douglas was a debater.
Okay.
Abraham Lincoln said, "You call me two-faced? If I had another face, do you think I'd wear this one?"
And that was his answer.
Abraham Lincoln is one of the men that I've drawn.
Oh, well, you'll have to show that to the viewers on here sometime.
I've been drawing some here lately. I've got a calendar, and it's got 2 or 3 little kids, and I've got seasons of the year. I've got Easter, and I've got Valentine, and I've drawn all the pictures. I've got 2 more I'm going to draw, but one of them is in a wheelchair, showing that children have handicaps too. Yeah. Then I drew one this week, and one of the children had an artificial foot. No words about it whatsoever, no explanation, other than the fact that they wanted to depict children as being those that have ill fortune.
Mm-hmm. Maybe people don't think about it.
No,
of course they don't.
But children.
But they do.
Children have a hard time.
Yeah. There's.
Children have a hard time because parents are not always understanding.
No. At times
parents don't remember when they were children.
Right. Well, those were some good jokes, though. I have to say.
Well,
too bad we couldn't show the picture of of the Santa Claus with bunny ears, but that's what it looks like. But you'll have to bring in some of those pictures, though, you're talking about. We'll have to.
The Easter picture that I drew, one of the kids has on bunny hat with the big old ears, pink ears. I like to draw. I
know, and you're good at it. Needs to get in the greeting card business, folks. That's my theory on it.
I went to see a lady the other day that I've had some good times with, and I had sent her a card, a get well card, because she'd been sick. She had that card on her kitchen table.
Oh, wow.
She said, "I want to show you the card you sent me."
It must have been.
I looked at it, and she said, "I'm going to buy a frame for it."
Well, it's one of your original cards, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
See?
Yeah.
You need to be in the greeting card business.
I've got a little dog that I drew, and and the dog's got a bug on its nose, and it's got a flower growing over its head, and I've got one of a little bunny, a little bunny rabbit. I just love to draw.
Well, we'll have to show the viewers what you're talking about and start bringing some in. And you guys can let us know what you think about them. I like that. I like that idea a lot.
Well, I'm glad we got to meet Louise.
Yes. I'm glad she stopped by. We'll have to bring her back. Because there's a lot of informative information on the food bank that I really didn't know about.
I didn't know we had 4 in Bledsoe County.
I didn't know that either. I didn't have a clue on that one.
I knew we had 3, but I didn't know about the 4th one. But then the 4th one that I heard about is out of Samson. They take some food to another location.
Okay.
So really, there's 5 areas covered.
That's good.
That's good. But she said that if another area, and she pointed out that north of Pikeville is an area that they
not worked with yet.
Well, it depends on some people that live in that community as if they wanted to start one. Because it is done by volunteers. There's no pay.
No, that's true. That's true. And she didn't really mention south of the county either, though. Now I think about it. So maybe we need to add Lee Station and College Station and Mount Airy in that group, you know. But any of these people could do it, that's what she's saying.
But at our church, since we're centrally located in Pikeville, right on the main street, anybody in Bledsoe County can come to First Southern and get food.
Yeah, anybody. They need to take advantage of that. They need to. And they're open when?
We're open 3 days a week from 9 o'clock till 2 o'clock. That gives you a 5-hour hiatus that you can participate.
That's plenty of time. It's a good window of time.
And I think the one on Cumberland Avenue is just open on Thursday.
Thursdays, yeah. I believe it's every Thursday. I don't want to tell you guys wrong, but I believe that is correct.
I believe that's
yes.
Right. And what we do on Thursday, we close.
Yeah, that's the First Southern's closed so they can be open.
Right.
And so First Southern's will be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe?
No, it's Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Got you. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Okay. Well,
and then like I say, that's 5 hours a day.
Yeah.
And some days there's 12 or 15 families show up. Sometimes there's 3 or 4 people in there at one time.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Sometimes they get fresh meat. I mean frozen meat. Sometimes they get milk. Sometimes they get eggs. Whatever the food bank sends. Produce. Yeah. Watermelons. And when watermelons are in season, you get a watermelon.
It's good food usually, though, I'm sure. I'm sure it is.
Well, I'm sure there's some of it that I would not use because I don't do any cooking. Carolyn's been dead 9 years. I've not prepared a pot of coffee. I've not brewed any tea.
About that.
I've not brewed any tea. I've not cooked any pinto beans.
No. Not done much cooking, period, unfortunately.
I will use my microwave to cook a chicken pot pie.
Now we've got off to Papa's sad suppers.
You know about
we have that as a segment. Papa's sad suppers. Yeah, he's not lying about that. He don't cook.
I'm not lying.
Even when his favorite grandson asks him to, he still don't cook.
I don't cook.
Trust me, I know.
I don't cook. I cook breakfast.
He can cook, though.
I cook breakfast.
Oh, I need to remember that.
I buy canned biscuits.
You know, you could cook breakfast for supper sometime.
I could do.
That is good.
But I don't buy sausage and don't buy bacon.
Well, dang, that's a bummer.
My heart specialist says don't eat pork.
Oh, that's a bummer too. You can have eggs, maybe.
I buy eggs.
Okay.
I buy eggs.
Yeah, at least you get your protein. Well, anyway, that's it for this episode of the Albert and Billy Show.
Enough about my problems.
We will see you guys next week for another edition of the Albert and Billy Show. Hope you guys have a great weekend and week, and we'll see you guys next time. So long, folks. Hey, folks, Albert and Billy here. You're watching us on Channel 18, BTC Fiber. Check us out on BTC Fiber YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and like. And check out our Facebook page. Be sure to like and share. Thanks, everybody, for watching.